Good morning, all. It is October 22nd. That means we need to make sure that we find time to read Proverbs chapter 22. It is getting chilly. I'm not excited about it, but that means it's more work, extra work. So we need to think about what do you need to do to prepare for the upcoming nasty, cold, whatever possibilities there may be. I didn't do much of a garden, but I do have a few pepper plants, and I have one lime tree, so here soon I need to be getting those inside. Little fun fact, if you all haven't heard before, that pepper plants are actually perennials. So if you take them inside and keep them inside as a house plant over winter, you can actually replant them in the garden next year. So I actually, in the past, I've been able to bring plants in and pepper plants in and stuff. And when I'm staying focused and taking good care of them and all, they actually start blooming and all of that good, neat stuff inside the house. Maybe not quite as good as what they do outside, but still it's pretty cool. So there's that. You can bring your pepper plants in. I don't know what else you can, but pepper plants, there you go. What about alternative sources of heating? Obviously, many people probably run on propane, natural gas, electric heat, whatever. Do you have a way of heating your home if the electric goes out? It's a good thing to be thinking of it now before the prices start to skyrocket even more than they already are. So there's that. Think about your heating fuel. If you heat with wood, how much wood do you have? Do you have it ready, covered, stored in a good place, convenient? Clean your chimney. Make sure everything's in proper order as it needs to be. If you carry I call it a go bag. Some people call it a bug out bag. Some people call it a get home bag, whatever. I call it my go bag because it's full of stuff that I could possibly use if things get ugly, or even if there's some other sort of mild emergency while I am with or near the car. Not that long ago, a couple days ago, I was at work and my ankle started hurting. I had twisted it, I don't know, a week or so ago. And I just, oh my gosh, my ankle hurts. So come out, grabbed a little cheapo ankle brace out of the bag until I made it home. So these are, obviously always have a good first aid kit with you. It doesn't have to be in the bug out bag, but make sure you can grab it at the same time. More advanced. I've talked about that. But, I try to keep Benadryl and aspirin with me. Benadryl, allergies, so on and so forth, bee stings, whatever. And the aspirin, if someone's got blood pressure issues, not been taking their medicine or something like that, or a headache or whatever. So there's that. If you do carry one, if you have clothes in it, put some warmer clothes in it, things like that. What else do you do to get ready for winter? If anyone has the pleasure of heated animal water buckets, that would be a great time to make sure they're clean, working, proper order, all that. Maybe get ready to start stuffing a bunch of hay or straw in dog houses if you have dogs that are outside. I have a few that, I don't know. I have a couple that don't like the dog houses, so I really need to build new ones. Because I've heard before that a dog would rather a doghouse that does not have a floor in it. That way they can dig down into the dirt too. So I don't know. That's kind of mildly on the list. It's on the horizon. I don't know exactly when and what that's going to look like, but there's that. So let's see here. What else? I know there's probably... if y'all don't stock up on extra groceries normally, as you know, as in a preparedness mindset, make sure you have up to 2 or 3 weeks of groceries at minimum in your house. That way, if something happens and you cannot get out to a store, if there's a crazy blizzard that, you know, has not been for 40 or 50 years or whatever, make sure that you would be okay to stay locked in your house for a couple weeks without making it to the store. Yeah, I know you'd run out of some perishables and stuff like that, but, you know, make sure y'all gonna stay fed. And what was the other thing? Same goes with animal feed. Make sure that you're stocked up on animal feed. Make sure you check the antifreeze in your car. Make sure you go ahead and be a good time to, while you're checking the antifreeze, make sure you go ahead and check wiper fluid. Make sure it's the de-icer kind if that's a issue where you live. Tire pressure, you know, whatever. Check the oil if you got the hood up, you may as well, you know. So get the car ready, throw an extra blanket to carry in the car. I don't know. I'm sure there are a lot more things, but for now, I think that's a pretty good rundown of a list of issues. I try to keep a little bit of extra food at my house because, especially in the winter, I often cannot make it up my driveway in a vehicle. So I would much rather buy a few extra groceries now and be able to drive up the driveway to unload them, as opposed to buy little by little throughout the winter time and have to carry it up the driveway and up the driveway and up the driveway. So I am blessed. I have the physical ability to climb my driveway, but it is not the most exciting thing to actually have to do it, and there's snow and ice, and then add on to carrying stuff up the driveway. Yeah, it's not exciting. So I think that probably has got a good place of, you know, a good starting point to be thinking about this cooler weather coming up. So with that, I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and with much love, many prayers, and shalom always. See y'all.